Diggs just trying to get in, but his shit's not working.
Okay, yes, I thought I saw the force.
He's like trying, but look at
Okay.
that. Like rule number 1, a biter. You see that?
Perfect.
Well, his thing's going.
Rule number 1, I found my AirPod. Let's go.
All right. Let's do it. We're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What's up, Stick Squad? Today we are talking that stick. First off, we got to say Cornell University is your 2025 national champions. In other news, Maryland Tailgates are the best. Championship weekend was crazy. Caleb Hammet, a.k.a. the Drip King, spent 72 hours on a PLL roster. We're going to be talking about PLL Cuts and out with the college season and in with the PLL season. Make sure to give us love on Spotify, X, and Instagram. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Go, big plays. Tied up, splits the double with 8. She's going to get a shot off. He's got it! Are you kidding me?
Yes, sir. We are back. And Adam with another episode of Stick Talk. We're talking that stick. It's your boy, Scotty, and I'm with Shane and Brian. Mikey Diggs is trying to figure out with his Wi-Fi, his internet, whatever they got over there in San Diego with that Metro PCS stuff. But boys,
bruh,
how we doing?
We good, man. We good, man. My knees hurt, but I'm good.
Your knee hurt.
I'm recovering from FOMO for missing all the festivities.
Yeah. I was laughing because
I was that meme, bro. What's that meme? What is it?
SpongeBob outside of his house or Squidward? Yeah.
It's like it is you and Shane. I'm just like, I was supposed to be the man. Everybody in the messages, like I had like bad people DMing me. You know, people was we up when people because I'm not on IG like that. I can IG messages like, yo, you come in. I'm like, dang.
Yo, they were waiting, and yo, shout out to the Stick Squad for pulling up to the championship game during halftime, and we went to a place. It was nice seeing everybody.
Dope.
Oh yeah, it was super dope.
Diggs, I know you're mad as hell right now because nothing pissing me off more than when my internet starts acting up.
Oh, facts.
See, he's going through it right now.
Here we go.
I don't know what's going on over there, but
I can't tell. Is he frozen?
We'll look at him. We'll keep on. We'll keep him going. Okay, we'll keep it going. All right. Now, Shane, first talk about that Zimbabwe jersey you got on, big dog.
Oh, Zimbabwe. All right. So, real quick, the homie Brian Downs hit me up a couple weeks ago. He was like, "Yo, we're low on numbers. Zimbabwe's going to need some numbers. They're going to need some guys for especially that first game. Don't have enough polls. Like, yo, I'm down. I'll bring some folks. It'll be dope. Like, and it's super dope. Zimbabwe played Ireland. Not great. Ireland ended up going all the way to the championship for the Heritage Cup. If you guys are not familiar with Heritage Cup is a tournament that happens every year on Memorial Day weekend. They organize it so that it is close to the national championship games, so that you could go. You'd play in the morning, play for whatever country you're playing playing with, and then immediately go to the championship game. So Friday. Got a chance to play with Zimbabwe. I brought Scotty along with me, along with my boy Trevor. Dude, it was a blast. And I had to show a lot of love to Zimbabwe. I'm wearing the jersey. Zimbabwe found out on the last game of the weekend, got their first win in program history.
Hey.
Super, super, super pumped for them. Obviously, we came in with BVI lacrosse. Huge fan of the Heritage Cup, but I had to show love for Zimbabwe getting their first win. And I had to rock the gear. I mean, look at this. This is solid.
Right. And all right, perfect. So I'm getting some live Instagram comments. Kevin Boylard said, "I heard Scotty was ripping G's before 8 a.m."
Hey, let me tell you something. Kevin. I'm gonna tell you the truth, brother. I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is God honest truth. We played, so he came with me on set 7 a.m. on Saturday. BVI played who is it? Hungary. And first of all, Hungary showed up in a full zone, ill-advised. They were there for an hour before us, and they were a full zone. When I tell you, so I had 3, Scotty had 2. No, yeah, Scotty had 2. Yeah, he had 2. And my boys Brent and Trevor had 2. When I tell you Scotty on his second shot absolutely spanked the corner. And it was on a Gilman too. It was on a Gilman. So I'm sitting there. Oh my God, man. Ooh. Everybody, I was like, okay, Scott. Okay, hit the top left corner. That thing went. I literally went, okay. And hey, Scotty hit the LeBron celly too. He's like,
Tough.
hey, I walk over here. He's like, yeah, I'm like that. I was like,
That's tough.
oh,
That's
I'm built
tough.
different, yo. I ain't gonna.
yeah, built different. Except the day before, this man went 0 for 9 playing with Zimbabwe. So don't let him
Shane,
fool
don't
you.
start, dog. Don't start. Let's
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about
so-
judge me on my now.
So you play for the
Hey, Judge,
motherland.
you already
Now
know.
you gonna go 0 for 9 for the
Yeah.
motherland.
He
That's
used the Zimbabwe game as a tune-up, and
I
then
had to
went
tune up,
completely,
knock the dust
and then
off.
came to BVI and was just letting him go. But
Mind
Who'd y'all play?
you.
When he shot 0 for 9, who'd y'all play?
We
0
played
for
against
9 is
Ireland.
we
crazy.
played Ireland.
And mind you, it wasn't 0 for 9. It was probably like 0 for 6.
Yeah, it's like over 6.
And then,
Which is also bad.
which is also bad. But mind you, yo, I went 0 for 6, but the team probably went 2 for 53. So
Yeah, that's a
what are we
fact.
talking about? Okay.
They scored
At
one
least-
goal in that first game.
At least I'm putting in effort.
He did.
trying to
He did. He got runs. They gave him the ball up top, and I was like, oh, I forget.
Yeah.
He was me and him were the only black people on the team.
Let me tell you something though. When first of all, Shane played me because I pulled up to the hotel. Shane fully suited up, ready to play lacrosse, and I'm thinking we're just about to chill. He goes,
This man had his
"Yo."
pads on.
Yeah, right.
This man had-
pads.
I didn't have pads on. I had pads on. I had gear though.
He had his gear ready to rock, and I was like,
I was ready to go. I was like,
yeah,
hey,
man.
he was
My
like,
boy just asked me to play.
Did you have your arm pads? Did you have your arm pads on?
no. Come
Nah,
on, bro.
my man looked like he was about to go to a game. That would have been psychotic.
Full fit right out the hotel. Come on, dude, don't play me. That's
Yo,
crazy.
I thought that's what you just said. You was like, this man was ready to
Nah.
go.
I had shorts. I had my
Shane was just ready to
chains
go.
on.
Like
I was ready.
Shane was ready to go, and I pull up to the
okay.
hotel room. Shane was like, "Yo, my boy just asked me to play in a lacrosse game," and then imagine the eye emojis, like the 2 eye emojis. He was just staring at me like.
All right, so we going. So we were out. Hey,
So he
was a good
gets
sport.
me to play. Whatever. He gets me to play.
He was a
Whatever.
good
I
sport.
play. Whatever. Fine. Okay. I do. We get crapped on, but whatever. The next day, I'm like, I ain't playing no lacrosse, bro. I ain't playing lacrosse the rest of the day. All right. But whatever. Shane wakes me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. We're ready to rock and roll. Whatever. I take my Advil, ready to go. Bro, this team comes out in the zone, bro. You let my hands free from 15 yards out, bro. Forget it. I'm taking a possession shot.
Like, what are you doing? First of all, you get the zone if you know for a fact that the team you're about to play cannot shoot from outside. Every single one of us can shoot from outside. Every single one of us.
That's what
And
I'm
so
saying.
what we literally peppered this goalie.
We threw the hell out of that ball. We threw the hell out of that ball. But as much as I want to talk about us throwing the ball hard as hell, Shane, all right, we can do this all day. Let's talk about championship weekend, all right? Championship weekend was absurd. We're going to do some quick reviews over the quarterfinal games. Those were the first games that I pulled up to. All right, Cornell beat Penn State 11-9. That was the first game that CJ Kurse went scoreless in, and that's when you started hearing some noise about the hand finally, right? What do you guys think about this game?
That was the best game of the weekend for me.
Really?
That game was fun.
That's
That game
because
was
you didn't
way
see
more
that
fun.
Delphi game.
Yeah,
That's
the
also
D2
true.
That was by far the best. But in terms of
I
D1, I agree.
Right. So like I it's my wife's birthday weekend, right? So I carve out Saturday and Monday every year. Hey, don't bother me during these times. Sunday was her actual birthday, so wasn't no lacrosse gonna be on TV or on my phone or nothing like that. So yeah, I missed the Adelphi game. I'm pissed about it. I wish I'd seen it. But yeah, from what I saw, just from the lacrosse I saw, Cornell Penn State. That was the best D1 game of the weekend.
Okay.
So, let me correct myself. Dudes are over here talking. Yes, the semis is what I meant. Okay, the semis is what I meant. Yeah, it was a good game. I thought Penn State could be the one team to beat Cornell if anybody had an opportunity to, but it was. I thought this game said so much about Cornell after Kurtz goes scoreless, and they still ended up pulling out this game.
Yeah, that was a scary moment when first shout out Diggs. If it say I understand Sunday, we nobody throw no shade on my boy because anybody that would say you wrong for missing the game is single. So respect.
Yeah,
Yes, things
you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah, I respect it, bro. Yeah, things you had to do on Sunday. But with the Penn State Cornell game, that was like I tweeted it out. I'm like, yo, first is him with the hand injury. That wasn't. It wasn't. I don't want people to be like, oh, CJ's hand was messed up. Penn State's defensive game plan on him. Alex Ross played amazing defense on him. That's what it was. But then it's like, oh yeah, we're still gonna win. We're still gonna put up 12-13. That's when I was like, yeah, because I was like, I mean, if Syracuse would have played him, I still would have picked Syracuse. But that was I don't know if anybody's gonna beat these boys because if the best player in the country can give you a double donut and it has no effect on the rest of the game, I'm just like, yeah, this is a scary team.
Yeah, it was a quiet game for Goldstein had 1, and then Kurtz had 0 or went scoreless. But dude, big dogs stepping up like Hugh Kelleher, man. Hugh Kelleher,
that boy was sending them.
Yeah, he was out.
I was like, hey, about to be an update bull. I can't wait.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Brian, I wasn't really hip. I wasn't familiar with his game. And then he played on national television. I was like, oh, okay, so he's like that. That's the kind of player he is.
That boy got a hair. It's like it's crazy because you tell people or you'll see stuff you're like, nah, he can shoot, and then people are, all right, cool. You just saying it because he's on your favorite team. Yeah,
but he's like that though.
He's just like that.
But he's like that.
Now, this game was start of the curse rumors about his hand, and it kind of had me a little nervous, being like, oh man, if his hand's really that beat up, like what is he going to do in the championship game? But we all know the conclusion of that. Okay, we all know the conclusion
that made the game more fun to me. That like Kurtz wasn't really showing out, but like it was like, oh well, this is why we're the number 1 team in the nation. Like
it's also that CJ Kurtz has zero points and you still win the game in a semifinal.
We got
team
it.
game.
Yeah, you're as strong as your weakest link. We got you, dog. We got it. Okay, yeah, that was a great game. And then Maryland beats Cuse. Now, Brian, those are your dogs. I want to listen to your take about this one.
I feel like there's like a certain segment of troll ass Maryland lacrosse fans that like want to tune in specifically to see what I say about Syracuse, Maryland. So I'm gonna be good because I've matured.
No. Screw them, dude. Who cares about them, bro?
No. I've matured, so I'm not gonna crash out. So I'll say this one from a Maryland fan perspective. If when you're watching your favorite team play and they're winning and they win, the first person you think about is me, there's a bigger issue at hand.
Retweet.
Brian,
loser
from Brian Knows Last and Stick Talk, should not be the first thought you have when your team wins. That's like when you like. So that would have been a crude comparison. I'll tell you what I was gonna say offline. But that's like having it. That's like when people are like, this is the greatest moment of my life before my children. Like, bruh, I should not be your first thought when Maryland makes it to the next national championship. Like me,
yeah.
I don't play for Syracuse. I'm not on the team, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like I just like text my significant other. I'm like, baby, there might be a little problem. It's grown ass adults on the internet that's worried about me as much as you do. Like that's why that's crazy to me.
Yeah. The
day I check for people like that on the internet, I'll retire from the internet.
That was gonna be the next point. That's the funniest thing. I don't see none of it.
Yeah.
mute
Not
and
checking
block
for y'all,
button is
bro.
so strong. I don't
Yes.
see none.
Not
I
checking
don't
for
see
y'all.
none
But
of
I be
it.
see it's so crazy. You just see like it's like, yeah, what is Brian? Like, whoa, what? Brian's
Checking
last
for
name
y'all,
is
bro.
not Gate or Spalina or McCool for that matter.
I
He
don't
is
see
not.
none of it.
Gr-
So that all of that is funny. So the game part of it, I'm like, I'm not mad. So again, this is Syracuse fans dealing championships. But then it's like when you take your fan hat off and then you step back and you're just like from a rational lacrosse fan point of view, this 22 class 20 class of 20, I'd say 22 class of 2022, when you go from 4-10 to your junior year, you're in the semis in the final four. That's progress. That's stuff that I'm excited
Big,
about. That
big
makes me
facts.
excited for these seniors going in next year when the number one offensive player in the country is in Syracuse. Like, yeah, now is legit national championship or die. So I'm like, all the necessary steps. Maryland the game plan was good. The defense played well.
Mm-hmm.
Syracuse had a couple of times where it's just like bad turnovers. You get behind a few 3, 4, 5 goals. Logan McNaney's balling out. They have a strong
Hey,
defense that doesn't
Cooking.
make mistakes.
he was
That boy was
balling
doing
too.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, he was locked in.
The better team won. He was locked in.
So Brian,
Genuine lie.
I want to know, as a Cuse fan, how happy are you with how this season went? Rate it 1 through 10.
10 would be national championship, like a 7, 7.5.
Okay.
Because again, it's I think they should have beat the team, but what I think doesn't matter. But I'm like, I can't be mad. Like, no, yeah, we'll say 7.5, 8. So like a B plus.
Okay.
So
All
not
right.
national. So and a B plus A would be be making it to the national championship. A plus obviously would be winning. So yeah, it's not anybody that tells you that, oh, they failed Firegate, y'all are weird. Syracuse fans are weird
That's
annoying too.
weird.
So
That's
weird.
weird.
Y'all haven't been there in so long, and you're like, Firegates, give me a
And
break.
that's the way you got to look at it, bro. Like when they're like, oh, the last time Syracuse is 2013. Like half the people
What?
that
How
Syracuse fans that
long
be
has he
trolling on
been?
the internet, 2013 was the last time they made it to the
I
Final
think 4
Four.
years.
Well, how
4
long?
years.
Gates been there for 4 years,
No, yeah.
and you
I was-
talk about fire this man.
From going from a time when,
Stupid.
because I think the first person I linked up with on Twitter was Diggs. That was back in the Owen never played midfield C-ball days when we first linked up on Twitter. When I did that
Yeah.
young Owen never played.
Yeah.
Like, bro, when it's 4-10 seasons, like, come on, man. Like,
That's
Yo,
be
that was.
rational.
I'm
Be
so glad
rational.
that you love that. Now I just remember that post. Owen never played midfield again. C-ball. Put him in attack. He was cooking. I forgot
How
about
you
that.
get? Yeah, like
That's real.
be rational. You can't be. Does every fan base want their team to win a national championship? Yes, they didn't win it. It's not a bad season.
Hey, if that's the case, then there should be 40 other head coaching job openings
Every year.
in the Division One this year, especially this year. If Gary Gate deserves to be fired, deserves to be let go for this season, then 40 other head coaching jobs just opened up.
Yeah, and it's not hyperbole. That's like legitimately like discourse that was online, where people
Which
are like,
is
"Nah, he
crazy.
can't do it." Yeah, and I'm just like, and I know that part of the fan base, like, Brian, you too happy about stuff. I'm not dealing with that. Like the better team won.
That's it.
Jonathan was a
it.
great
Facts.
coach. They game planned. Syracuse did, like I said, a couple turnovers here and there. They put
Tillman
themselves behind the 8
masterclass.
ball. Can't put yourself behind the 8 ball with that Maryland team, with that Maryland defense. Shout out Will Shaller, because him and Joey's matchups, because Joey, I think, got a little bit better of him the last time they played. But yeah, Will won that matchup.
Yeah, you're right. But hell of a game from
Yeah.
Maryland that game, and
I'm not a hater. You ain't see no hate on the timeline for me.
And I do think, as usual, I thought it was a great year from Syracuse, and I think lacrosse is a lot more fun when Syracuse is good. When I was looking at their fan base at the game, I was like, this is pretty sick, having all these people wearing Gary Gate or Powell jerseys. I was like, yeah, this is sick. Yeah. That's a lot of history on that Syracuse program, and having them in the Final Four was awesome. People were wearing orange to the national championship game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Shout out Mac. He said
I walked past John Desco. I was like sitting there. I was actually talking to Matt Shaler. I was talking to Matt Shaler. I was sitting there having a conversation with him. I look up and I'm like, that's John Desco.
Yeah, they honored,
he just walked right past us.
Only lacrosse, dog.
Team?
That's crazy. Yeah. It is wild how that
It is wild.
Lacrosse is the only sport where you're gonna get some chill. And that's a legendary coach just walking past you in a stadium.
Just walk right past. I went, oh, that's John Desco. And he was just minding his own business. I was like,
That's
I
wild.
want to go over there and like say what's up and shake his hand, but I was like, I'll let him.
Nah,
go.
you could. Yeah, like I said, yeah, you could. That's lacrosse. Like
That's the thing. I didn't feel like, I shouldn't. I was just like, I'll let him do his thing. He's probably
Yeah.
here for a reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I meant to bring this up about the Penn State game. There was a pretty cool shirt going around. Instead of it saying Air Gate, it
Mhm.
said Air State, and it was a picture of Matt Trainer going behind the cage, like finishing.
Oh, that goal he had against Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was a dope shirt. I know the person
That's
who made
crazy.
it. That was a dope
Oh,
shirt.
I think that's dope.
that's Penn State football energy brought to lacrosse. That's when you talk about these larger fan bases and like specifically football schools. That was something that 100% would have happened if it was a football team.
Mhm.
So that's dope. I like that.
Yeah, it was cool. But the next day started off with the women's championship game. We'll keep this one nice and quick. UNC beats Northwestern 12-8. Now UNC finished their season 22-0, absolutely dominating this season.
crazy.
I'll tell you what, man, this game had me so emotional for some reason, man. I woke up, I watched these, and I'm at the game, I'm on the field, and I'm watching the UNC girls walk out of this tunnel. Bro, they were locked the fuck in. Locked, bro. Locked. You see the two goalies with their helmets on, like walking through, like kids want to give them high fives. They ain't see nothing, just tunnel vision.
Those North Carolina goalie helmets are so dope.
So
It's
tough.
the baby blue chrome.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting like high key emotional about like these girls walk. I'm like, this is the moment they've been waiting for so damn long.
Yeah.
And they're locked in, bro. They came out onto the field and they played the way they were supposed to play. They handled Northwestern. Northwestern never really had a chance in this game.
Storylines too, right? Like they were if the Thompsons would have won the championship because with the Humphrey sisters. So it's like that's what, because lacrosse, like the storyline, especially with college lacrosse in general and specifically, like the storylines are what makes it so fun. And that was like an easy team. Like when I step back from my Syracuse fan, like with Syracuse having been knocked out earlier in the tournament, I'm like I can just watch it and enjoy. Like that was just a great game to watch. Like Delaney Spicer was cooking 17-6. She tried to keep them in the game, and it's just like North Carolina is just a unit, man.
North Carolina did their damn thing.
It's not the second time in the last 5 years that they've had a perfect season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did it in 22 as well.
Yeah, because I think that's what probably the Jamie Ortega years. So yeah.
That's crazy.
And real quick, I want to show you guys this photo. One of my homies coaches for the UNC girls team. Let me see.
Lloyd.
Yes, sir. So I got to make sure I give her some love over here. I thought it was awesome that she was emotional as hell. I was like, I didn't even know what the hell to say to her. Like, what do you say to somebody after they win a natty?
She got this. She got the sauce because she just won a gold medal with the women's indoor team. So what she touches is gold, man.
Yeah, man, she was.
That's
doing
awesome.
That is
Caleb, if you watch it, give us the lottery numbers, bro. Because apparently,
for real.
she got it like that, man.
Yeah, great game. Great to see him. That's the first time I ever went to a press conference after a college game. I ain't belong in a press conference. I ain't even gonna hold
whatever
you.
Whatever door you step in, Scotty, you deserve to be in. What are you talking about, man?
It's not the feeling that I don't think I should be there. It's a feeling like this shit's whack, yo.
He said, that's why I should be in there. I'm too cool for this nonsense.
It's like it's because it's played out, bro. It
is played out. I'm like, these people asking these normal ass questions. Like,
you won a national championship. Oh, what's your first thought? Like, really, man?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's why I was like, okay, yeah. I was about to get up, but I was like sitting in the front. So I was like, nah. Imagine you win the national championship. I get up in the middle of you talking and leave.
Like LeBron with the briefcase.
Yeah.
I will say it was funny because I don't know etiquette for going to a press conference. After the pressers ended, I just started clapping. And Terry Foy was
Did anybody else clap?
People started clapping with me, but Terry Foy looked at me and goes, "Do you clap after movies too?" I was like, "No, only airplane landings."
Oh my God.
Nice.
Please,
But,
That
man.
was
man.
oh,
I
man.
love Terry Foy, man.
We gotta get him on him. He said he come on the pod. We gotta get him on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
said.
just said we
love
were
Terry on here.
he told me he said you guys record really late. I was like, fair enough.
I was gonna try
Yeah,
to
we
get
do.
him on this week, but I knew we had so much to cover this week. That's why we're storming through this stuff.
Yeah. Shout out North Carolina though, man. And Northwestern, man. Because Northwestern was like it North Carolina was just this was their year because Northwestern it was a great team too.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna move into the D2 championship game. All right. Probably the game of the weekend.
Easily.
Because
Easily.
this game had me, I was like, oh shit. I was on the sideline for this game too, and I got anxiety. Okay.
Yeah.
I got anxiety during this game.
Sweaty palms the
games.
whole time.
Those
The
are the
game
best
was
games.
Fire. It was
Right.
so good. Hey, I implore you, if you think for 1 second that any level D2, D3, D1, any of these top level teams, I don't care how you feel about D2. This is not a no context lacrosse comment section. D2 is real. Okay? These boys can play. These boys can play. It was some good lacrosse. They were moving the ball. The goals, the ball movement, the schemes, everything. These boys can play. And this game was top tier. Great to watch. Back and forth. No lead was safe. Adelphi was doing their damn thing. Tampa was doing the damn thing.
Shane little brother plays for Adelphi.
Hey, let me tell you something. I was watching them play. You said that to me. You said that to me. Number 51 for Adelphi. I started watching him. I was like, man, he really do move like me, low key.
He did, yeah, he did,
I
bro.
texted the chat because when Shay said he was there, I was like, yo, there's a dude from Adelphi, Shane. I was like, that's your twin. And I said his name. I said his name's Noah Gibson, number 51. Like a minute later, he scored. And Shane
I was like, I see it. I
When
see it.
we're
Hey,
happy.
and then
Dan.
Selly just did this.
Yep, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I love it. I love it.
because I haven't seen them. I didn't really see like first. We'll say this because everybody can be like, all y'all picked against Adelphi. First, Adelphi, I have no issues with you. My thing is get off of Flow Sports. All my homies hate Flow Sports. I ain't seen no I'm sorry. Everybody rich on the internet. I'm not one of those people. I'm not paying for Flow Sports, so I didn't see any of Adelphi's.
Never.
That's fair.
Tampa, on the other hand, got their games are free 99. What is it, Sunshine State Conference or whatever it is? All their games they're well shot. They're clear streams. So I've seen a couple of Tampa games. So I'm like, I'm gonna go with the team that's undefeated, and I've seen them play before. And I feel bad for their coaching staff because that's the moment we all got to talk about.
That's what we're gonna talk about. But
I'm watching it, and I was just like,
Man.
"What?" They scored, and I looked down at my phone. Well, after they scored, I'm like, "Yo, they about to win the game." Then I looked up, and I'm like, "Why they take it off the game?" I'm like, "Why they take it off the scoreboard?"
Yep. It was crazy because watching my man load up, the Tampa player load up, and you just hear the whistle blow, and it was clear as day that they called a timeout in the middle of him shooting, and he finished.
Okay.
It was clear as day. It was no question about it.
Okay.
And when the goal hit the back of the net, everybody was just like,
Yeah.
Oh, so they knew. Okay.
Everybody knew. They were
everyone.
just like, no way.
Yeah.
But I will tell you right now, man, these Adelphi boys were in the comments right after the game talking about we don't know ball. Hey, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Yeah. For the natty, definitely enjoy
for the
that.
natty, for the natty. But I gotta
slide.
tell you something. I'm not gonna let it slide. I gotta say something. Okay.
Shane looked at
The reality is,
people talking.
The reality is, the truth is, you lost that game. That's the truth. The reality is you lost that game. Okay? You got the overtime opportunity. You ended up winning, but you really lost that game.
You're
right?
loud and wrong right now.
No. I'm not loud and wrong. No timeout. No timeout gets called middle of the shot. They lose the game.
If get the hell out of here with that.
You're not just loud and wrong. You're crazy. Loud, wrong, and crazy.
No. They ended up winning the tournament. They winning the national championship. They got
Hey
the
man, whatever
rings. They
you
got the
smoking,
no.
put that
I'm
in
not
the
being a
mail for
hater.
me right
I'm
now.
not being a hater. I'm not being a hater because I
I need
actually
that.
love the overtime win. I love the overtime win. It was fantastic. That's the type of shot dreams are made of. That is the type of shot dreams are made of.
We'll get
But I
there.
gotta say, the reality is with no timeout, you lose that game. The opportunity came and Tampa really gamed that thing. And the coaching staff lost that game. Not the players, the coaching staff lost that game for Tampa.
Counterpoint, they went to overtime and they had the opportunity to win, which goes to
They
the
did.
final part of the
But
game, the coldest moment of the game.
coldest.
If Tampa wins, they don't give a. If Tampa wins, we don't get the coldest. Shout out Kyle Lewis. That might have been the coldest, like the individual
Easy.
moment. Like CJ Kerr 6 goals, like absolutely. But the coldest moment probably is that game. Like we know we talk. I love defense. I'm not about to clown the dude like that was trying to playing his heart out that gets beat and he gets scored. Now I'm not joking about. But how he broke down his defender, gets that Selly,
He
hits
broke
the
him
Dame
off.
time.
Yeah, his ass was
in
broke,
front of
bro.
the Tampa bench too.
You
They
know
hit
it's
the
bad
Dame
when
time too.
the pole starts using his stick to
Stick the
balance himself
balance.
back up.
Oh,
Yeah,
But once I
as
seen
soon as
his
that
stick,
happened,
I've
once
been
I
there,
seen his
bro.
stick touch earth, I was like, oh, it's gone.
yeah, it's over.
Shane, no,
It was over.
every poll has been there, and it's just
All he
like
had to do was he just had to
do
get you
that.
off balance.
Yep.
Mm.
He did it.
But
He
to
did
do
it.
it in
And
the
I will.
to do it in the natty is a game winner.
That
Into the
that's
Dame
ice cold.
time.
That's
Dan
ice cold.
Aresti did tell me that night. I went out with Dan the night before. He was like, "Yo, when you watch a D2 game, be sure to look for Kyle Lewis because he's gonna get one broken ankles that game." And
Oh,
it was on that overtime play. He got it.
he had a little juice to him. He kind of was separate. Like I noticed it earlier in the game. He had a little extra little something to him mid game. He had a little a goal that came. His teammate was coming from X, created a little separation. Nice little mirror pass shot right in front of the goal. I was like, okay, you got a little extra something to you. So when overtime started and I knew Tampa was going to have the game, I told my boys, I was like, hey, number 6 is going to do it. I can see, you just see it in his energy. He just had that I'm
Did
like
you
that.
really say it, or you got some LeBron?
Yeah.
Swear to God. Swear to God. I'll call him right now. I'll call him right now. I'll call him right now.
He had it to him because I mean, not only was I not there, I didn't see the game. So like, he just had that like bounce to him. He was just like,
I swear on my life, I can see it.
He's athletic
as
hell, dude.
You see,
I know that feeling, and I know what it looks like. I'm so mad I missed that.
So when he got because what happened is if you watch the play leading up to the goal, he has the ball. He's coming out from the midline. And so, or from the box. And so as soon as he got the ball, I was like, oh, he might do it. I thought it was going to happen earlier, but I didn't know, but I knew he was, if anybody was going to do it, it was going to be him because he had the little shake to him. So
I know we got to quickly finish, but Tampa's D middies played Kyle Lewis so well because Kyle Lewis is first team All-American. I don't know. I didn't see the Division II award winners. He might have won the midfielder of the year, but Tampa's D mids played him well the entire. Tampa's whole defense because what was 99 for Philadelphia? Hold on, Braden Donnellan is an over 100-point scorer, and he had 1 assist for the game. So like Tampa did everything they needed to do, and then it's just in that moment.
That's it. And I sent you guys a video, but NCAA got my ass for posting a video on the sideline of Kyle Lewis doing his thing. Got my ass.
They got you?
Yeah, which I didn't know.
You can't record on the sideline. Like somebody sent me a video and I posted the video, but I deleted it with the quickness. NCAA was on my ass. And you also can't interview players before they're interviewed for the press conferences. So I essentially almost broke every rule in the book. But that's how it works. You live and you learn, right?
We're not journalists.
But I would not a journalist. I'm just here.
We just culture over here.
I'm just here to have a good time. But I want to end it with, it was hilarious watching these the people who are working the field and security try to control these Long Island fans. There was no controlling these fans, bro. Yo, players were jumping into the stands. Fans were jumping down, right? You're talking about a 10-foot jump almost, bro. And then, you know who was the one to stop them from going crazy? It was their coach. Their coach brought out their whistle when they're celebrating with the fans and blows the whistle to get them under control and that riled up crew.
God, Purdy did.
Yeah, man. I was like,
yeah, he's Australian, so them dudes. He used to what is it, the Ziggy Zaggy, them drunk Australian dudes. So yeah,
he was like pissed off at them. He like blows his whistle and then they straighten up real quick. But it was great, man. Last one before we go on to the Cornell game. Well, this probably is going to be the shortest one. It was a tough game for Dickinson. Am I right? Okay, 25 to
That's
8.
y'all friend. That's y'all friend.
25 to 8, bro.
God damn.
Hey, they look good for like 2 minutes.
They look good during warm-ups.
For 2 minutes, I was like,
For
damn,
2
okay,
minutes.
I see how it happened. And then that first goal came, and I was like, oh. And then that second goal came, I went, oh. And then that third goal came, and then I was like,
Jane, you already not safe on Staten Island because of Wagner. Be careful what you say. You ain't gonna be able to go to Pennsylvania.
Hey, don't worry about me. Worry about some damn wall ball. Y'all boys got trouble.
I will.
Trouble. Don't worry about me. I can't help you. You got your ass there, and then you got belt to ass. Don't talk to me about I'm unsafe. Everybody on Long Island, everybody in that whole area right there, y'all need to hit the wall. You need to hit don't worry about me. I watched y'all boys fail to clear like 16 times in a damn row. Let me tell you something. I got a whole bunch to say.
That's crazy.
I got a whole bunch to say. Don't worry about me. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Before I do like Tufts did.
Before you go off, okay? Dickinson had a hell of a run, but I think everybody saw the writing on the wall where it was like, all right, this is where the run kind of comes to an end. I was hoping for, a little Cinderella story, but within 3 minutes of that game, that Cinderella story was dead.
It was really 3 minutes, though. It was really 3 minutes.
Tufts do not care. And like,
I
coach
picked
did
them
not
because
pull
someone
like
had
them
to.
boys. Yeah. I got you. I understand the why. Yeah, because
I would have loved it.
If we all would have picked Tufts, they would have been like, that part too. When we pick, apparently all of us are like Doctor Strange, and we have like these. What is it, Miss Cleo level like mojo going on?
I can't lie though.
Oh,
I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice me going over 500 for the greater good.
For the greater good.
For the greater good. I had to sacrifice it. I had to put some dark magic on that thing.
Yeah,
you're a good man.
It.
Nah,
sorry.
It was crazy.
And those Tufts helmets, those are dope. Those satin.
Hey,
Yeah,
I will say in person.
Those went crazy.
I have to. The last thing I'm gonna say about this game at this point, Tufts were those players were dramatically better athletes than Dickinson. And
Did you see that? Did you see that goal? Where you know exactly what I'm gonna say?
I know exactly which one. Let me tell you something. That caught me by so much surprise because his whole setup, none of his setup made you think that he was going to do that man like that. None of his setup made you think he was going to do that man like that. Then all of a sudden, he rotates. He rotates so fast, that thing hit the back right corner. I said, whoa. I got a spike in blood pressure when that thing happened. I was like, wait.
You hilarious.
Bro,
his hips were still pointed up field.
It didn't make sense. My brain was having trouble.
Hips were pointed the wrong way. He shot that zone like this, and it went to the corner.
No chance. No chance.
Like that, bro.
No one had a chance. When he hit that corner, he went. He actually, if you watch the play, he got stood up, and then he kept going, and then he said,
"He just floored it."
I was like, "Who are you? Where did you come from? Where did you come from?"
That was crazy. That was crazy.
He hit that shot like he was from Krypton, bro. I was really
better
afraid.
than a behind the backhand joint. That was cool, but that display of
that
athleticism on that shot is so different, dog.
Tufts did not get tired. They did not get tired. None
You
of them
can't
got
that
tired.
offense, the way they offensive transition goes, because you're not gonna get tired because you know you're gonna score.
Bro, they were relentless. They were relentless every single day, like hungry dogs, finally getting to eat after weeks. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, oh man, this is after I literally saw them kneel after the first quarter. It was 8-0. Tufts is sitting there talking to each other. They went and kneeled. They were like, I say, y'all boys need to pray.
All right.
You need to stop.
We gotta speed. We got so much to talk about, bro. I know. I should have gave us a quicker timer, but real quick, I just need.
He's just rapping, dog.
I know. But then
hilarious.
Diggs will be the first one to be like, "Yo, I got to go eat dinner."
Literally, I'm hungry right now.
Right? I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking out for you. You're already skinny.
I appreciate you, man. I just think it's hilarious. We're 40 minutes in. We're just four boys yapping about lacrosse.
I know.
Yeah, you're right, Scotty. Let's move on.
All right. We're gonna move. There was a big debate going on this weekend because Division I women's was at Gillette, and all men were at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. So Tufts University coach, I want to say her name is Courtney Shute or something like that. She had something to say about that after her game because Division II women's and Division III were at Roanoke University. So
yeah, in Virginia.
We can take a listen to this real quick.
Question for you, Courtney. You've been here for 11 years. You looked across the sidelines today, looked up in the crowd, sea of blue. I mean, it was loud, great support, lots of alums, lots of parents. As the head coach of this program, just talk about that support, what it means to you to have so many special people back here in Salem to support you guys.
Yeah. Salem does a great job with this championship, so I hope anything I'm going to say doesn't come across offensive, but this is a hard place to get to. And the NCAA needs to do something about accessibility of the championship. We had an incredible crowd, but our men are playing for a national championship in front of all their alums tonight. And that's an issue. And I was hoping to say this when we won. I have notes prepared because I think it's a real thing we got to talk about. I promised these girls that if we won a national championship, I was going to fight for equity. I'm going to do it either way. It deserves some attention. And again, Salem and Roanoke College do a fantastic job once we're here. But this is a hard place to get to. We had 4 alums here today. I had hundreds reach out that would have been there in a major city. Our men get to do that. And there's an accessibility issue for the Division III lacrosse championships that is inequitable that we need to address.
All right. What do you guys think about that?
Have y'all seen where Roanoke is on a map?
Yeah.
If you were listening to this podcast, go ahead and go to Google Maps and type in Roanoke, Virginia. That's all I got to say.
Where is it?
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere, Virginia. So my initial thought is 1,000% she's correct. Like, because I know we're in a time crunch. All you have to do is add 2 games to the entire weekend. On Friday and on Saturday, all the games were because the women's Final Four is on Friday, the men's Final Four is on Saturday. 2 games, both of the games, all the games are done by 4:30, 5 o'clock. You can't put one more game. You can push the women's Final Four down, the 2-hour time slots, bump both down. Saturday, bump both down. Women Division II play at the same place on Friday. Women's Division III or vice versa. Women's Division III play the first game, do the other 2. The rest of the weekend stays the same. Like, come on, man.
Nah, it's crazy. Especially for Tufts. For Tufts especially, because for Tufts, they were 40 minutes from
Gillette.
They you know how pissed you got to be driving away from that, to be like, we're going in the country of nowhere,
and your boys' team is right down the road. They didn't need to stay at a hotel. They didn't need to do anything. They just got to take a bus, maybe.
Instead of going 40 minutes, you got to go where they shot centers. Come on, bro.
Tough showed out, but it was like, Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
If you for Road
But
Over
you know
Virginia,
what?
no shade.
Hey,
but-
dead ass though. Dead
But you're
ass.
not wrong, though.
That's exactly what Road Over Virginia looks like.
They would have loved. It would have been awesome. It would have been awesome for them to be able to do that. It'd have been awesome, and they have the time. It's not like you can't figure it out.
It's 2 games. You're only adding 2 games for anybody. Miss me, I do not care. Miss me, I don't care about ESPN because the NCAA covers those games. It doesn't change. Add 2 games. You're just adding 1 game over 2 days. That's it.
Yep. I agree.
Come on, man.
All you
I
gotta
was
do is
just,
keep the doors open.
I always-
Basically.
one of my thoughts about it was just add another day before. Like I mean, don't tell me you can't. I know you can do it, and it's just as the NCAA. I wonder how bad this looks optics wise, because yeah, if I had 6 kids and I told 2 of them they can't come, but the rest of them can, that's looks so bad. It's kind of like when the NCAA gave the during March Madness when the boys got such a different weight room than the women's. Remember that?
Yeah, they gave him those Holiday Inn weight sets. Like, come on, man.
Exactly. And it's just, come on, man. Like, these girls are doing anything they can to play in this national championship, and that's what they get rewarded with.
I'm an athlete too. You don't need to have a mother. You don't need to have sisters. None of that. Come on.
You could really run it on Saturday specifically because there's only 2. The only games that are happening on that Saturday are the
It's
quarter or the
Final Four games.
semifinal. The semifinal games. So you
Friday
could
and
literally add
Saturday.
those two games at 5:30 and 7:30 or 4:30 and 7:30 whenever the semifinal games are done, and you already got it lined for the the D1 national championship the next day. Like it's easy to do. It's super easy to do.
And if you really want to make money, push the women's national championship from Sunday to Monday. So then you have a double header national championship for men's and women's lacrosse.
Right.
Like, apparently y'all don't want money. So y'all can pay us NCAA. We got you.
We got
Because you know how big like
on the
that
advisory
place would have
board.
been really packed too if both girls and guys were on that Monday too.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Oh, that'd be crazy to see that parking lot with 2 national championships. I don't even want to think about that traffic though going to that
Oh
stadium.
my gosh.
Yeah,
But
but
we're gonna move
that's
on.
legit. That's legit.
That was
Autumn-
bad. Traffic to Gillette was bad.
We're gonna talk about the
My phone
national
hates me.
championship that did happen in Foxborough.
We 45 minutes in just now talking about it.
Yeah,
We
for real.
yapping.
Sorry for everybody who had to wait, but it's okay, yo. It's like whatever. It's at the barbershop when everybody starts talking and we forgot what we started about. Okay.
I ain't got my
Just got
haircut
my
yet.
Yeah, exactly. Just got my hair.
Now let's talk about it. Cornell, the nerd from upstate New York, beat Maryland 13-10. CJ Kurtz, the guy who was silenced in the semis, goes off for 6 goals. Absolutely wild watching him play in that second half. That second half, I was like, damn. How many did he have? He said
5 straight.
5 straight.
He said, whose hand hurt?
Exactly.
Right. Who hand broke?
And you know what's crazy? Is every single one of those shots was placed.
All of them.
Every single one of those shots was placed. Every single one of those shots hit a piece of that pipe. Also, the Gilmans and the Natty, that's the move right there.
I love it.
That's
We
the
talked
move
about this
right
with
there.
Diggs. Diggs had this point, but I like it. I think it's so sick when you can hear the net.
Oh,
Yeah.
It made me feel good.
So
Why
good.
not?
I'm
So
in
good.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be
I'm
in. This game was cool. I thought something that was cooler. Googs is gonna love this. It was the tailgates. I got to experience both tailgates. Unbelievable. So as I pull up to the stadium and go to the tailgates, I see half of Maryland's tailgate on a run. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They're on a run, and then people start yelling, "Scotty, come on!" Of course, my ass, I just started jogging because I just want to show them I'm with that shit.
He had Hokas on.
I had my Hokas on, so I start jogging with them.
That's
And
real.
then
He came
And
prepared.
we 30 and up in here.
no, we're
I'm
not.
with that. Give me them beef shoulder ass kicks. I'll take those.
I'm not 30 yet. Don't put that on me. But
Man, shut up.
after the jog, somebody gets in the middle. It's Mr. Keegan, Matt Keegan's dad, who is a military veteran. and he explains how in Long Island on Long Island. I got you, Brian. On Long Island, his family always does a Memorial Day workout where they do 4 miles on Memorial Day, and they do their push-ups and all that workout and everything.
Yeah, the Murph challenge.
This weekend they were at the national championship, so they decided to do a modified workout with the Maryland tailgate. And did you guys see the video of us doing push-ups?
Yeah.
And we did our push-ups and everything, and that was awesome to see that type of family atmosphere at that type of tailgate. And let me tell you, at that Maryland tailgate, they were getting after it, right? They were having the most fun ever. Shout out to all the people who took me around in that tailgate. All right. I saw a lot of great people, the entire Keegan family. I love you guys. All right. I love you guys.
That's what's up.
All right.
I'm sure they was hyped because according to Maryland's fan base, after they beat Syracuse, stopped the count. So
now, anywho,
damn,
the Cornell tailgate.
The smoke, man. I'm just telling you,
Cornell tailgate was definitely had more people, but not my speed. Not my speed one bit.
I feel like Cornell's is like they do like
more of a white wine vibe.
Yeah, white wine, catered,
Chardonnay,
catered
olives on
charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board.
Playing Beethoven and Mozart.
French, something French playing on the speakers.
I walked over. I said,
"Crack out the 1975."
First time you've heard of bissonette in your life?
Like, not for me. But
soft cheeses.
I think everyone before they died, soft cheeses. You did not just say soft cheeses, bro. Damn.
And my wife's a charcuterie girl. I know what soft cheeses are like. They had soft cheeses in there.
I don't mind.
So
it.
is mine. I understand.
I started turning into a cheese guy, yo. Like, yo. She said she got that Gouda. Come on. All right. Anyway. All right. Does this put CJ Curse on the Mount Rushmore?
Out there?
What? You don't like Gouda cheese?
No, I said Goog said they fine doing.
Oh, yeah, they fine. Okay. All right. So, all right, let's go back to the real game, though. Does this put CJ Curse on the Mount Rushmore of college lacrosse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Going 5 straight is different.
All right. So, since you guys all say yeah, but
no, I say no. But
that's just icing on the cake.
All right. Now, let's go oldest to youngest here, then. Let's go. Name your Mount Rushmore of college lacrosse.
Oh, he's gonna put me on the spot. All right. It's the.
I didn't see that. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. I'll be sending you shit. You guys don't be looking. It's all right.
No, I read over most of it. I just didn't see this part. So now
the part that's on the document. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you got time to go first.
That's on me. It was there. I just didn't see it.
I ain't mad at you. All right. Well, go ahead, Brian. Who you got?
Yeah. Do you want me to do the full one list or 1-1-1? Because I can do the full list. That's fine.
Yeah, just name your 4.
Okay. They're twins, so it's a 2-for-1. It's the Gates, Lyle, the Powells, because again, with them being related, and then I put Brody Merrill. And the only reason why, because people are gonna be like, think I'm hating on CJ Curse, it's not. It's just all the other names. Outside of Brody Merrill, the rest of them all come with multiple championships. That's the reason why.
Okay, I get it. And
again, there's nothing negative on CJ Curse.
I get it. Not bad. Diggs, who you got?
All right. So my question is. This is a Mount Rushmore of college lacrosse, right? So
just college lacrosse.
Okay, but I'm having trouble with this one because, most of the players that are going to be on this list also have pro careers.
Yes, so, but pro career has nothing to do with it here.
Right.
Like Tyler Hansborough might be up there if we were doing basketball.
Wow. Incredible pull. Incredible.
Paul.
Psycho T. They call it Psycho T.
Yeah.
That was my college days,
Rand,
boy.
bro.
He was like,
Wow.
yeah, that was my college days, boy. He was like that.
What a pull. I'm gonna think about that
Psycho
one for a
T.
while.
Hey, you know what? I don't know if CJ's on it.
Wow.
I don't know if CJ's on it.
It's tough. There's so many great players.
I'll tell you why, because I just made a short list. This is not a definitive list, but under duress, I made a quick list. Number 1 is Gary Gate. I'm just doing singular people as much as I can. Gary Gate. Number 2 is Lyle Thompson. Number 3 is Paul Rabel.
Oh,
Say
you
what
put
you
Paul
must.
on there. Okay.
I'm putting Paul Rabel on there. And 4th place, I want to put Mikey Powell, but CJ Curse is breaking all kinds of goals records, clutch performance.
Four first team All Americans, 4 Attackmen of the Year, 2 Tewaratons, 2 national
Right.
championships, 3
Which is
Final
why I'm
Four, Mikey Powell.
saying this is why I'm saying I don't know if CJ's on there actually. Because I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna take Mikey Powell off? No. You gonna take Paul Rabel off? No. You gonna take Gary Gate off? No. And Lyle gets grandfathered in, even though he never won a national championship.
Culture.
So yeah,
Tough. It's a
I don't
tough
know, man.
question. That's why I'm asking,
Yeah.
man.
I didn't see the question either, so I can't. Yeah, mine was very.
Yeah, I'm putting
too.
Mikey Powell on there over CJ.
Again,
Since there's only 4 people.
That's
Right.
There's nothing crazy on CJ. It's just the company you keep. He with goats though. That's what I'm saying.
Shane, I know you got thoughts.
All right. So, I mean, I'm not going to go all the way back the same way people might, you talking about basketball greats, you talking about like damn near Pistol Pete, you talking about, I'm not going to go back that far. You get, Jim Brown in there. I'm not going that far. I'm going to go like pretty recent memory. Okay. So for me, my Mount Rushmore is the name you probably haven't heard in a while, but tracks with my personal fandom, and that is Steele Stanwick. Okay. I got Steele Stanwick. I got Paul. I got Lyle. And as much as I want to put CJ, I got to do Mikey Powell. As much as I want to put CJ on there, I got to do Mikey Powell. There's a lot of other pulls. There's a lot of other pulls. I mean, in my head, I was like, man, could Shelly be on that list? Could don't stop. I'd rather have the starting attack line for Wagner on there.
Yo,
Shelly's got 2 natties too, right? He was on both of those.
He does.
Okay.
First team All American, 2 different.
That's at 2 positions, bro.
Yeah,
in 2 positions.
2 positions. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like you could. So the first thing that came to my mind was both Steele and Shelly. I was like, both of those are pretty. They're comparable. I was like, I could put those on there because they're solid. Thought about Pat Spencer. I thought about there's a lot. There's a lot of dogs out there, but like recent memory in terms of just like overall greatness. Paul Rabel, Steele Stanwick, Mikey Powell, Lyle Thompson, just like incredible for the culture. Steele Stanwick was a little bit more personal, but Paul did something for the culture. Mikey did something for the culture. Lyle did something for the culture. Just like the game elevated when they played the game. It changed the way kids practiced the game and thought about the game. So it's up there. It's tough, right? Like, that's a great question though.
I want to actually give an honorable mention shout out for dudes who changed the way kids practice. Ryder Garnsey. I wouldn't put him in any like Mount Rushmore conversations or nothing like that. But if we're mentioning people like that, he's like that.
Yeah.
Now it's a completely subjective question, right?
Absolutely.
But I know after I post this later, people are going to be like, "You guys don't know ball. You're crazy because of this." Shut the hell up, okay? Just deal with it. Right?
You can't get it right.
You can't
but
be
you
right.
also can't get it wrong if you know anything.
And like for example, the way I do it is different than the way you guys do it. I'm doing it based on the players who've had like the most influence on me, and mine were Gary Gate, Paul, Lyle, and Kyle Harrison. Now,
Gate or Paul Rabel?
Paul Rabel. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Paul Rabel.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I be thinking I'm on a first name basis and shit.
No, you
so,
are. That's why I was making sure which Paul. Okay. I'm surprised Paul over K18 for all three. Okay.
I could have put Ken Clausen on there.
Dog.
Oh,
I
but
know,
that's a defensive part. That's the you don't know anything about defense, so I don't expect you to
I
know what
can't
that
even
is.
say anything.
I like your list too, Scotty. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Scotty, I
And
like your
like I said,
angle.
there's no
my
wrong.
list,
Yeah,
my list
there's
would be
no
different.
wrong.
If I took that angle, my list would be different.
yeah. I mean,
That's
it's,
okay.
it's a solid conversation. But yeah, man, there's so many. Pat Spencer was up there, CJ Curse. But my thing is, especially with us being our age and who we've got to see and who has marinated in lacrosse history already, like CJ Curse is kind of fresh, and this is kind of
Fresh.
when recency bias works against him almost.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Where maybe in 10, 15 years we're gonna look back and be like,
Like, yo.
Yeah.
yo, like what he did was crazy, you know?
That's what's
Yeah.
dope. There's 10-year-olds now that are like, this is like their galaxy brain moment where like their brain explodes. Like,
Yeah.
I love lacrosse. So like, I love that
Yes.
for man. That's great.
That's all every Memorial Day I have those memories of like
Mhm.
because my first live lacrosse game, like live college lacrosse game, was the 2003 semifinal. And that's I was like, who is that number 18 running around with them skinny brown legs? Him. What's his name? It was just
Yeah.
like every kid has that at Final
Yeah.
Four, and it's a different player for every generation. That's why like not Billy Bitter didn't even make a Final Four, but like kids latch on to players and like the stage.
Yep.
I love Memorial Day weekend, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. There was something else I wanted to say about it, but I left it. I forgot it.
It'll come back to you.
It'll come back. Okay. But it's all right. It's all right. I got a goldfish memory, bro. But you know who doesn't have a goldfish memory? It's lax.com, because they remember to give you the best equipment ever. Okay. Because whether you're gearing up for the lacrosse season, need fresh gloves, or just want to flex on your teammates with the latest gear, lax.com has you covered. They've got everything from heads and shafts to apparel and training essentials. And here's the best part. They've got pros on deck to string your stick exactly how you like it. So if you want to sting corners like Scotty does at 7 a.m. in the morning, just go ahead and get yourself a stick from lax.com. And remember, they got fast shipping, so make sure to put in that order. All right, head over to lax.com. Oh, I just remembered. Okay. Yo, after the national championship, I go onto the field. And dapping everybody up. And I just want to commend Ryan Goldstein. Ryan, I say like, yo, great game, Ryan. Never have met him. Bro, my boy stops in the middle of his national championship celebration to have a full-blown conversation with me for about like 4 or 5 minutes about
that's dope.
About stuff I'm doing and stuff we're doing, and then PLL
That's
stuff.
crazy.
And I was like,
That's so crazy.
What a dude, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, and
what
lacrosse.
A weekend for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's lacrosse.
Oh.
Like I was like,
what's that stat? We were talking in the car, Scotty, about Ryan. You were telling me about the jump that he's made from last year to this year. It was something like last year he had like 30 something.
Last year he had 33 points. Last year he had 33 points, man.
And this year he has how many?
This year before the championship game, he had 88.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Double.
Let me tell you something.
He went for
that is something to pay attention to.
94 for the season.
94 for the
94.
season.
94 points.
You go from 33 to 94 in a season as a sophomore. Let me tell you, because it's rare, because the sophomore slump is a real thing. It's a real thing. Unless your name is Ryan Goldstein.
Yeah. Yeah. 33.
Unless your name is Ryan Goldstein. That is a dog.
A dog.
He went from 21-12 to 43-51.
Boy.
Yep. He's just cooking straight up.
Yeah.
Straight cooking.
94 points.
No hesitation in his game in the national championship, neither. He said, I'm here to hoop.
Yep.
I'm about to get it no matter what.
First time ever seen Maryland polls in a long time, just being flummoxed.
Like this. What? Like what
Looking
just
for a
happened?
compass.
Bro
Looking for a hiking stick.
Bro got the rack untouched. He got to the rack untouched. You know how crazy that is in a Maryland defense for nobody
Yeah.
to slide after he beat you with 2 moves only.
Them polls didn't know what, and I've never. I don't want to say never, but I can't remember last time I saw Maryland polls like that.
Straight up.
Struggled.
Turnstile defense, and that's yeah.
Got his ass on that
He
move in the corner.
ate those checks.
As soon as he came back, I was like,
hey,
oh, yeah.
Tournament play for Ryan Goldstein. He said, hold on. I know y'all boys talking about CJ. Hey, but next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It'll be
curious
fun
to
to
see
watch.
how he does
I'm up.
without having them. Michael Long's gone too, right? CJ
Yeah,
and Michael
Michael
Long's gone?
Yeah.
Hey.
and Hugh Keller.
And Hugh Keller. So
Hey.
he's going to have eyes on him, but I think he can handle it. I think he'll be just
Oh, yeah.
He's
Man.
He had
like
eyes
that.
on him today. He was like, or this weekend, he was like, don't worry. I got it.
Yep, absolutely, man. But that's how college season wrapped up. All right. And time to move over to the PLL season. Now, PLL training camp just started up. Now, PLL training camp started off with a lot of conversation. Okay. They made an announcement, or they didn't make an announcement. The Boston Cannons made an announcement that they signed Caleb Hammet to training camp. And if you don't know Caleb, he's the Drip King on Instagram. All right. They signed him. And the conversation that was funny was Garrett Epple got in the comments saying that we didn't do this. This was something else. And such a crazy conversation and such a weird spot to be in if you're Caleb. What were you guys thinking about this?
I would have paid great US dollars to watch that first 4v3 hit.
That man is not playing a 4v3, bro.
I mean, why not? He's a Fogo. In what world is a Fogo not get into a 4v3 in a real game?
On the sideline, dog. I don't think.
Nah, I'm with Shane on this one. You gotta in the PLL, dog. You gotta be able to handle and score. You gotta be able to pass.
Yo,
yes.
He had like training camp no more, dog. He had like training camp designate on his name, bro. He ain't getting real reps.
I still want to see it.
Why not,
bro? I have an idea that they didn't that he wasn't gonna play. We knew he wasn't gonna play.
Okay, so question.
So if you're Holman and you know you have somebody on your team that's not really gonna play, you're gonna let him take reps.
Why have him there if he's not going to get any reps at all? To show up, wear the jersey, and walk out? Like
a rep takes 10 seconds.
Yes.
A rep takes 10 seconds.
Look, Caleb Hammet is not a Division I superstar, but he's not a Make-A-Wish kid, dude. He's literally fine. He can get reps.
Shane, but there's reasons why he was put above other Fogos.
Of course, we know those reasons.
That's good. That's a different side of the conversation.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
and those reasons are obvious.
It's very obvious. But you're not going to tell me. I mean, you probably it might be true, but that would be crazy to invite him on. So you basically telling me, oh, bro showed up with the whole kit and no stick, no gloves, no nothing.
DJI. Bro showed up with the DJI.
Just like
the Osmo.
To do what? To do what? If he's not going to get reps?
Bro, he's on the sideline getting clamps in, bro.
So then how do he get cut if he just doing clamps on the sideline? How do you get cut if he just did? Okay, bro. But how you know that unless you get reps?
Hilarious.
I don't think it was like one of those like, all right, let me openly see how good he really is, bro.
Why not? Why would that not be the case?
I don't think.
You're not gonna let. He's a Fogo. You're not gonna let him get a couple reps. You're not gonna let him couple reps.
He ain't playing 6-on-6, but like he gonna run some 4-on-3s.
So Scotty, whenever you go around, you're around PLL guys. You don't get a couple shots on the goalie.
No. What are you talking about?
Not so like when you go around. Didn't you tell me you got shots on? Oh gosh, who was it? You told me you got some shots up on a goalie. Maybe you didn't go to training camp, but you got shots up on one of these PLL goalies, and you were like, man, yeah, I couldn't score on him. I could have sworn you had that conversation.
That wasn't me, Negro.
That's crazy. I could have sworn you said you had gotten shots up on one of these PLL goalies, maybe not as an official PLL thing, but you've gotten shots up. So you telling me none of these guys ever, the only people who can ever shoot on a goalie, like in that whole situation, are the only players, not even these special training camp designees. I don't even know what that means. He showed up, he brought his gear, he put on a helmet, and he just sat on the side getting clamps. And then they were like, yeah, all right, bro, you good.
Yeah.
I think the designees they're the people on the roster where basically it's like we need a body to try out because it'll be like the Atlas. So like dudes are or like the Redwoods, like Sammy English and Carter Rice were playing in the Final Four, so they weren't going to be a training camp, so you can get an extra player. I said on this conversation because I'm not his target audience, so I don't really know who he is, to be honest. So I don't really have any thoughts. My only thing is I hope you got to keep the equipment because don't put it outside.
Well,
Keep that stuff
for him. If you saw one video, you saw them all. To be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm closer to 40 than I am to being 25. So I'm like, or 30. So I'm like, I'm not
more
his
like
target
18.
audience. Yeah, I'm not his target audience. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah.
but if I'm Caleb though, I'm flexing everything though. Like I'm like, hey, I don't care if I get signed. I don't care how I get signed. I got signed for. I'm gonna tell my kids. I'm gonna tell my kids that I won a national championship.
You were in that PLL training
Exactly.
camp.
Somebody.
That's crazy.
Caleb, somebody talk trash to you. Were you there?
Yeah, for real. Like,
meanwhile, Connor Farrell just won an NLL championship.
Being average, so no, isn't that like no?
Crazy.
Because Scotty was someone be able to handle the ball. So spoiled milk is in the NLL for nah, we ain't doing that.
Hey,
for what?
Right, that was
For what?
seamless.
You what?
That was
you had me dump
seamless.
milk on myself
He
for
said, being
what?
average.
For what?
Nah, we're not
Damn,
doing that.
crazy.
We're not getting paid by the PLL. I'm not lying. No,
What?
Ready.
y'all will not have me lying on this. on the internet, no.
All I'm saying is he got
I'm
reps.
laughing
He
at your
had
All
to
right,
ready.
got
all right.
some
He might have got
reps.
reps. All right, whatever. He might have got
I
reps.
just wanted to be there for the 4v3 where he's got to get that first check from Garrett Epple because it's coming with some hate.
I did think it was funny to see how everybody was so hyper focused on training camp those after that signing.
I got people.
Hey, people were like, "Hey, whoa, what's going on here? Let me see."
People were watching.
Let me see this.
So
I'm
whatever.
saying.
All right, whatever. That's all we got about that. All right. Caleb is a good kid though. He's a good kid and he means well. So
Good.
I'm glad that he got his PLL helmet and everything. All right.
Yeah.
But
I'm wearing that to every men's league. What you mean?
what you mean?
You weren't there.
Yeah.
The PLL made their cuts also. Now, I tweeted about this, yo. What the hell? Jules gets cut from the chaos? What are we doing here?
Yeah, that
Not
was surprising.
traded.
I had to reread.
What?
I had to reread it 5 times. I was like, you telling me one of your best producing offensive players on the worst offense, you cut him?
Yo, Diggs, I think thought I was capping because remember when I put it in the chat. I don't even think.
I thought you were joking too.
Yeah. I think all y'all. Yeah,
I didn't.
Most of the
believe that
cuts
at
weren't
first.
surprising. That one was.
That's crazy. And
That's the only really surprising cut to me.
somebody
No,
needs to
yeah.
pick his ass up. And I'm also like, I was kind of confused about the Ronan Jacoby one because the Redwoods pick him up being like, yo, I want you. And then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? I don't actually, I was like, why are we picking him up?
Wait, was that a Nat pickup or was it a?
That's what
Leaf
I was
pickup?
about to say. I don't know if he was a Nat pickup or a Spalina pickup,
Yeah.
or a Kelly pickup.
And, obviously, same with Chaos, right? I mean, it's a completely new regime
Mhm.
over there.
Yeah.
So maybe they're
Also
like,
true.
we don't need this piece for what we're trying to do, but you wouldn't try to
You know
trade him?
what?
Yeah.
You know what?
You what? You cut him?
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It could have probably been a better way to handle that.
Could have traded him, dog.
There's
I mean,
He gonna be
There's that-
somewhere.
for
he
sure.
has to, man, because he's way too good. And
wherever
Wait.
he goes, I just want to watch them play the chaos. That's what I'll tell you right now.
You
I
know
know
he's
that's
gonna
gonna
be.
be-
yo,
a
you
leader in
saw
that game.
you saw the
That's gonna be a
Blaze.
10
He going for 5-6
Yeah.
points in that game.
Yeah,
saw the Blaze tweet?
tweet is crazy. The Blaze tweet was crazy. Like they're
Wait,
not
hold
they're
on.
all Americans on that team. That
Yeah.
is so funny.
Hold
I was
on. I
like,
haven't
Right.
seen it.
wait. Shane Knobloch, like, am I in the trap house?
Problem.
What? Am I in the trap house in this? That's crazy.
What did
No,
he say?
no.
Hold
But
on.
yo, I don't think him coaching a club team or Jules coaching a club team has anything to do with him being cut. I'm gonna keep that.
The hell would that have to
If-
do with him not wanting to play?
It has nothing to do with it.
I'll tell you right now, if that is true, the PLL needs to do some huge damage control. If Jules Henningberg would rather coach a club team in the summer than play in the PLL, we got a big problem on our hands. And
I mean,
I'm
unless
talking
he-
about monumental problem.
Is his club team like the Calabasas cash cows, or like is he?
Yeah,
is he like going
but
to
here's
Saudi
the thing.
Arabia to coach
That's
lacrosse?
a,
Like,
yeah,
There's
that's a good name.
no
is there some
summer
oil
club
money that's
team.
involved?
He
There's
coaching
no summer
Ronaldo's
club
son.
team that could pay him enough. That should be, and if there is, that's another massive problem that has to be addressed. If there is a club team that could say, "Hey, what you getting paid in PLL? Yeah, we gonna match that." And we'll throw in an extra bonus. And for him to go, "Hey, I got to make a business decision. PR, my fault. I got to do it."
I hope he gets a shot
But
somewhere though.
then, do you get cut or do you just
I mean, if you do that, I'm sure
like go
it's
on the
different,
holdout
right?
list? Or
All these and all these dudes in the PLL like that are making a living out of lacrosse have something to do with a club program. I don't know if they're coaching specifically on the sideline, but they have some admin. Teams love having a PLL guy that they're able to throw out and be like, "Yo, this guy's our head of recruiting" or some shit like that. But these guys all have something to do with the club program. So I really, really doubt that anything with the club team has anything to do with him being cut.
Yeah.
I
I
doubt
hope he
it.
gets a shot somewhere else. I don't know where, because being the two hardest positions that I would not want to try to break into in the PLL is an ex-attackman or a goalie. So I don't know where he ends up, but somebody's gonna pick him up.
They had him coming out the box for the Redwoods for a second, but I do think he's a commander out there. Well, that's where he had success at Rutgers, was being that ex-attackman, commanding everybody around. So, man,
Yeah, he's good. He's good at 5-5 for sure.
I'm mad as hell the Redwoods don't have him anymore. But
Yeah, that was the
do
only
it, though.
surprise. That was the only surprising cut for me, because I'm not even gonna act like I was like shocked at anybody else.
well, Drake Porter's
Well,
on.
Jackson Morrow, that one was kind of surprising too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other one. Damn.
Drake Porter,
No,
Nah,
Jackson Morrow.
Jackson
Yeah.
Morrow. Yeah,
That confused me.
crazy. But now this could be quick too. After I tweeted like Jules got cut, it's crazy. People were like, the PLL should add a team. This is such a classic debate with the PLL. And there's two ways to think about this. They're like, if I want to think about it selfishly, I'm like, hell yeah, they should add a team. Why not? There's way too much talent not to. But if I want for the success of the league, I'm like, how much value does adding another team do?
Especially when we don't even have like home bases, really.
Yeah.
Like we have pseudo home bases, the California Redwoods. Like, okay, it's not a real home base. Like it doesn't hit like Minnesota Timberwolves or the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it doesn't hit.
You got a long way to go for that.
A long way to go.
Yeah, but I mean, because like I always am a big proponent of them adding teams, and the annoying part is people going full like nerd Wall Street bro, like, well, actually, the finances for you to be able to have another team in the like, I know, I don't care, like, miss me with that stuff, but it's just like I told Scotty, don't let people go in the comments with that, like, scared money don't make money, because then I always make the comparison, and people are weird about it, like with the WNBA, you hit the point where you have star players that aren't making star college players that don't make the team, and then you have all these players from college with larger fan bases are like, where's this player? It happens every year in the WNBA. This year you can talk about I can't remember. She went to North Carolina, then she went to Oregon, and she was doing like broadcasting and stuff. I can't remember her name. Kelly is her last name. And there was another player, Harmony Turner, that went to Harvard, Ivy League Player of the Year, comes with a big fan base. Both of them got cut, and it's like it becomes a war between young players and them, and the fan base is being mad at like older players, like this league is too old, we need more teams. And then what happens is WNBA gets more teams and these value estimates go up. So I'm like, it's just finding a way to be able to do it. And the WNBA players will still be like, we want to get paid more. So I don't know, it's no like cut and dry answer, but it just sucks when you see like a lot of really good players that could play and be stars in the league get left out of musical chairs.
The time I was the biggest proponent for like expansion was when the merger happened. I was like, yo, you guys are combining two different leagues with all these teams. Like, how are you going to put this into? I think at the time there was 5 or 6 teams. Like that's when I was like, yeah, there has to be more teams. At this point, though, I just would love to see the numbers, and I would love to see the value that another team would add. Then I'd be like, all right, like then it's worth it or not. You know, I have no clue. Clue. Like, let's say you got the Texas Bulls or whatever, Texas Trees, whatever. Texas Trees start playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how much money are they bringing into the league, though? Like, let's be real. Like,
I'm curious as to how much the Philadelphia Water Dogs bring into the league, or the New York Atlas bring into the league. There's not real. There's no real value to that team because they're all the same. They are all the same team with different colors, basically, because there's no home base. It's like, yeah, you're the New York Atlas. Okay. You don't actually play in New York and like have your home. You have a homecoming, but you don't actually play in New York. So it's kind of like, I don't know. And like, and also, what does that mean? New York, like, is it New York State, New York City? Like, you know, it's the same thing with the university. Yeah. Is it like Utah Archers? Like, okay, Salt Lake City, or, you know, we talk about St. George, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. I don't even know how much value like each of one of those things cost or it would bring, but I know how much each team would cost to have to create merch, to have to create some sort of brand value, to actually have to, I mean, part of the deal with the league is the healthcare situation, right? It's like, that's the point, is that, yeah, you're not getting paid some ridiculous amount of money, but as a part of being a league, you do get healthcare as a quote unquote employee. I think that was the whole thing in the beginning of the league's inception, if I'm not mistaken, is that there was a lot more there.
Yeah. Top. It's interesting, man. I mean, it's crazy when we look at so many college players who have these crazy careers, so many different accolades and everything, and then they get to the league and then you see them just get cut. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a tough life out there. Literally a tough life out there. But the PLL week 1 starts in Albany this weekend. I'm so hyped to watch this stuff, man. Can't wait. We got 4 games. 4 games going on this week. We got Chaos versus Atlas, Redwoods versus Denver, Whips versus Utah, and since it is in New York, the Atlas play against the Cannons also on Sunday, on day 2. So the Water Dogs are not playing this weekend. Yes. So, you know, when we pick week 1 of the PLL games, it's Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody know a damn thing.
Nobody knows anything.
You know, it's probably Russian roulette until literally week 4 anyway. So,
right.
Unless Brian picks it, then statistically speaking, it's going to be correct.
Speaking of Brian, let's talk about the pick'ems real quick. Going out of order with this, but Scotty, your boy, went 51-38 this year in college lacrosse pick'ems. Shane went 44-45 in his pick'ems. All right, but
he didn't really.
The only reason he went under 500 was he did it for the greater good.
The greater good.
Diggs went 48-41, and
I kept picking Hopkins.
Brian absolutely smoked everyone with a 61-28 record. Brian, I got to give you rounds because that's unbelievable, bro. That's
you.
unbelievable.
Very
Brian
well
knows
done.
Lex.
People were tailing you probably. That tailing means they were putting money on your bets, on your picks. But you
I'm
meanwhile
not
you
doing
don't.
betting. It's people that be. I'm not. I don't bet, man. I don't. If you want to do something with your money, that's on you. But no, I won't be giving out betting advice. So.
His name is Brian Knows Lax for a reason, though, guys. All right, stop being stupid and just listen
Straight
to the
up.
damn kid. All right. Now we're gonna do our relax and take notes segment, sponsored by Lax.com. Take a look at probably the moment of the weekend.
Operates top of the box. Hands are free. Here's Lewis's shot. He scores! He scores! Kyle Lewis has won for Adelphi. And the Panthers pounce on another Division II national championship. They win it 9-8 in overtime tonight.
This is why we love this game. This is why we love this sport. Moments like this, it doesn't get any better than that. Kyle Lewis, one of the stars, one of the playmakers, decides I am going to end this game and win another national championship. This is cinema right now.
This is cinema right now. Dame time.
Crazy.
In front of the bench, in front of the Tampa bench.
That's
Oh,
cold
this-
game.
Oh,
So cold.
Cold.
Yeah. Just
When the people talk about lacrosse, that's what I want them to see.
speed kills.
Straight up.
Yeah, I'd be so.
Hey.
Yo, I could just imagine the exhale on that step. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yep. And it's proven that you're faster when you exhale, when you make that noise, and you got to go with the head, like right here. You can't just go like this, you got to be. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You see how that head be moving, right? That's how you do it. Like, it's the Kyle Harrison split. When he would split, Kyle's head would move to the damn, my neck just cracked. But you know what I'm saying?
Talking about you
That
ain't
doesn't
30
say
yet.
I'm almost
Hey,
30,
He said,
I don't
my
know.
neck just cracked.
Hey, I'm sitting in the hotel room, bro, and then all of a sudden it's quiet, right? Because I'm sitting there, I'm getting ready to take a shower, and then he goes, "You know what you got to do in order to." He
video
starts
you said?
explaining to me. He starts explaining how to dodge, how to split dodge out of nowhere.
You sent us
unprompted.
that video.
I was like, "Yeah, what you saw." That as random as it was, that's how it happened. It just started. He just started. Like I was like, where
Yeah.
did this come from? I was like, I gotta take the
You
video.
never,
Like,
you
what-
never been Scotty's roommate before, huh?
Yeah,
No, yeah.
That's
You
your
got a
first
piece of
time.
it though. Hey, yo, we got
It was
to
fun.
hang out.
It was fun, man.
We
It
got
was
to hang
fun.
out. We got to hang out. Don't worry. I'll get the boys to stick talk Airbnb one of these days. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Don't worry. And yeah, dude, just right to right, sweep. See you later.
I feel bad for that poll, honestly. Worst moment of his
Oh
life.
yeah,
Yo, once
Oh,
the
yeah.
stick touched the ground, I was like, oh,
yeah. It was all bad.
That's the
It
worst
was all
moment of his
bad.
life.
it was tough.
I don't want to shed any more light on it because I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
know
saying.
if I'd sleep.
I'm not, yeah, I'm
I
not-
don't know
He's
if I'd
waking up in
sleep.
a cold
I
sweat.
feel
He's
so
waking up in a
bad
cold
for him.
sweat.
Picking up in a
Yeah,
cold
I'm not,
sweat. All right.
yeah, I'm not clowning that.
Respect
I
and
ain't clowning
players
that
will
too,
never
yo.
clown that.
That was a good effort, though. Whatever. Anyway,
Who walked the dog? Who walked the dog? Tell us, Brian. Who walked the dog? Who walked the dog? I've got to know. Who walked the dog? Who walked the dog?
tell us,
I
Brian.
got to know.
That was a seamless transition, Scotty. Good job.
Thanks,
So
dog.
whether it be a Final Four weekend, it is the national championship. I'm not gonna blatantly call anybody out or super rag on anybody, but I'm gonna give it as a team because I try to do players, but I'm gonna do it as a team to Tufts. Scotty kind of did the walk the dog for me. Talk about Dickinson and Shade. So 8 goals in the national championship. Like 3 of those goals was in the last couple of minutes when the game was where basically players are trying to find their parents in the stands from Tufts. So.
That was crazy.
It was yeah, as Shay was saying, it was just a belt to ass performance that it's all of Tufts poles that they have long athletic poles, they have short athletic poles. They just play good defense and they get it out in the transition and the ball goes downfield. And it's just like again, I'm not Dickinson, shout out, great season. They slayed a lot of Goliaths. They probably should end up as a number 2 team in Division 2 when the final polls come out. But yeah, he just did a better team got you and shoved you in the locker, put you in your dog cage. They walked that dog. So again, nothing super. I don't want to.
You don't got to. You don't got to
Yeah.
go too crazy on him. But I
We
will
saw
say,
that.
I will say on Sunday, when I was watching this game, I was like, I feel like it's mad disrespectful if I leave a national championship in the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah,
was
it
over.
is.
You knew
It
It
was
was
over.
over though.
I was like, oh, shit. I was working too, so I was like, do I really got to record them celebrate? Like they're already celebrating, bro. Like, they got their whole bench in right now.
Yeah, like
They
that's
could've-
what.
In
Yeah.
the second quarter.
Hey, their coach
That's
could have
nasty work.
taken the Gatorade shower at halftime.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. But Diggs, I didn't have time to get in the booth for your song, so go ahead.
That's
can you-
okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. So
I'm still waiting for this debut for Mikey's.
yeah, one of these days. Can you dig a shout out? I love Memorial Day weekend, man. Everything that happens is like so amplified, so magnifying glass. It's like every single dodge matters. It's just like every single play, and then when a bomb drops, when something crazy happens, it's just that much better. I'm gonna give my Can You Dig It shout of the week to Liam Matthews, the dude who scored. I think it was Penn State's first goal of the game against Cornell, and dog, he did widen us as dirty as possible. I mean, that's not a regular behind the back, dog. He was 8 yards out. He caught that joint, decided he was going to shoot it, and turned completely away from the cage and shot it. Like, to do that no look with the accuracy to put it stick side on the pipe, knowing that like the goalie is tracking you one way and like has to come back to get it. Dog, that's the perfect example of where lacrosse is right now. Like, kids are just doing whatever now because the skill floor has gotten to the point where you can just do that in the Final Four and it'll go because you're so good at it. Like, just the combination of like the display of the evolution of the sport, display of skill, the no look, the wild disrespect of putting it right on the pipe, nasty. And then the second one, when he did the high bouncer from the same spot,
Yeah.
he was like, if I do a high release and drop it low, he'll drop his hands. And to shoot up behind the back from 8 yards, bounce it before the crease, and still have enough juice on it to hit the crossbar, that's some crazy wrist strength. Like, that's strength, that's dexterity, that's deception. Liam Matthews is him. I can dig that.
That's that snap.
That was those goals were crazy.
Yeah, he's so good, man.
Rule number one compliant.
Yeah. Rule number one. We got to start getting those shirts out again.
We can make another run of those.
Oh yeah. Those shirts were crazy. All right. Last segment of the day. We're going with.
Check it out. Yeah, my boy Shane A. Smith, yeah, he is bald, but he know what he's saying when it comes to ball, cause he's Shane A. Smith. What? What? You talking about? Hey, cause he's Shane A. Smith.
Good evening. Good evening. I commend you, Brian, for being a bigger person in this situation. Talking about not wanting to go, not wanting to hurt anybody's feelings. You a big man for that. You're a big man for that. I,
Whatever.
however, am not. I'm not. I will not be. Okay. I need to talk about something. I had the opportunity and the privilege to be able to watch the Division II and Division III national championship. Division II national championship was fantastic. The Division III national championship, a little less so. I need to impart a couple things on you. Okay. Every single one of you on the Dickinson lacrosse team.
Oh man.
If you reach out to me personally I will Venmo you whatever you need to get into the gym this summer. Whatever you need to get into the gym this summer. What I saw on Sunday night was a distinct separation of athleticism. I watched. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that your colors are black and red because Tufts read you like a book from top to bottom. They look at you and they said, you can't clear the ball. I watched you throw this damn ball. I was sitting next to one of my good friends. His name is Trevor. Okay. Trevor is hilarious. Trevor said to me, we watched this ball come out to the sideline next to the next to the alley, and I watched this player go to pick up this ground ball and just about filled his diaper, hearing that Tufts players come towards him, hear them footsteps.
Oh my God.
Just about filled his diaper, and guess what he did? Turn the ball over. Could have just had it. All you need to do was clamp it. Couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. I need to impart some specific statistics on you. Okay. Tufts took 60 shots. They took 60 shots. Dickinson took 29 shots. 21 of those shots were shots on goal. Do you know what that means? That means if Dickinson had no one in cage, they still would have lost. If Tufts decided not to put a goalie in cage, they still would have lost. If they shot every single shot, if they scored everything, they still would have lost by 4. 21-25, they still would have lost. Now, Dickinson, I appreciate you, man. You did the damn thing. You got to the national championship. Okay, you were upright. And I appreciate you. I'm proud of y'all. You were upright, walking into the field, and you were bent over most of the game.
Yo.
Hey, listen to me. Don't be mad at me. I only watched the game. You played it, but I only watched the game. At the first quarter, the score was 8-0.
Oh my God.
8-0. Actually, hold on. Yep, 8-0. At the end of the first quarter, I saw Dickinson taking a knee in their huddle. And it had me looking up whether or not Dickinson was a religious institution. I had to do my research. And I thought to myself, man, they got to be praying that Tufts stop scoring on them in front of their fans like that. They had to be praying. Father God, please, Lord, let these boys' cleats melt into their feet and they can't move no more. But guess what? The problem is that wouldn't have helped you. It wouldn't have helped you because they were moving that ball faster than you could turn your neck. There was about 6 goals that got right in front of the crease. Nobody. The man went untouched. For most of the game. Hey, man, I'm proud of y'all. You went 17-6. You made it to the national championship. You beat RIT. You beat Salisbury. And then you had to deal with the jumbos. You had to deal with them damn jumbos. And the elephant in the room, no pun intended, you shouldn't have been there.
God damn.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right.
All
right. Come after Shane Dickinson.
Hey, come after me. I got the memo for you. All I know,
Oh my God.
if I do one of them, couple of them Tufts workouts, you're not catching me. That's what I saw on Sunday. If I do one of them tough workouts, you're not catching me. Clearly, there's a separation there.
Yo,
Clearly,
you
there's a
are
separation
so-
there. So
You need help.
that's all I'm gonna say.
You need
That's all
help.
I'm gonna say.
You need
I
help.
wanted, and I was really pulling for it. I was
Hey.
hoping, and for the first 3 minutes, I was proud of you.
Before he goes
Alas-
off anymore, guys. Before he goes off anymore, we're gonna head out of here. All right. All right. Once again, guys, it's your boys, Scotty, Shane, and Diggs, and Brian signing off. Make sure to give us love. We'll catch you guys later. Peace out.
Good night. Thanks for hanging out.
Next in 7.
That's a lie.